Hello, and welcome to Miss of Time Emporium. I'm Joni, and today I'll be flipping through a vintage deck. This is from the 1980s. I believe it's 1986. Let's see. Yes, 1986. It's a vintage copy. It's still, there's a mass market. I think it comes in a tin now, so it's available. But I wanted to talk about this deck because Barbara Walker has written nearly 30 books, if not 30 by this point. She's an atheist. She is anti-patriarchy, and she points out in The Secrets of the Tarot back to a society where life and goddess worship was occurring, and how destructive religions have been. And so this deck contains a lot of goddesses. It's a pro-goddess, anti-religion deck, to be honest. So if you're looking for more information, if you want to explore the topic of as a matter of fact, I'll read from this card because it says, an interest in the Tarot evolved from studies of medieval heresies and surviving remnants of goddess worship in Europe's nominally Christian culture. The paintings for the Barbara Walker Tarot combine traditional Tarot themes with the profound meanings of pre-classic mythology. Modern in feeling, the deck reaches back to an older, more balanced world that was deeply influenced by feminine spirituality. I love this deck. So I don't have the original box, but it did originally come with these cards. The little white book that it comes with explains not only, gives not only the definitions for the cards, but also why she created the back the way that she did. From the colors to the shapes, everything. So again, very pro-feminine deck and very anti-religious. And this book is a vintage book. It's a little bit harder to get a hold of, and it's a little pricey, but it's very, very informative. Again, if you're religious, you're not going to like this tarot deck, just because it talks about kind of some ideas that she considers preposterous. So let's go through the deck now. So again, this is the vintage deck, so the titles are in multiple languages. Again, kind of these very bright colors. And so in the book, she gives you quite a bit of history of what's going on in these cards. So the majors are pretty traditional symbolism. Strength at 11. Oh, excuse me. I really love these cards. And I love that she wrote a book to go along with it so that you can really understand where she was coming from when she created these cards. Barbara definitely has some very strong viewpoints. She read a lot of books, including a book called The Skeptical Feminist. She is not a superstitious person, and so she does not turn from the worship of a god to a worship of the goddess in the same way. She reveres the goddess in the way of the divine feminine, and getting back to the divine feminine and divine spirituality and divine nurturance versus the patriarchy. So again, keywords. I kind of was doing this walkthrough impromptu today, so you may hear my grandchildren in the background having fun. And they should. It's the last days of summer for them. So again, people who are very comfortable with kind of the standard imagery, particularly with TDMs, where it's, you know, it's was overseen by the church. It's very different from these images. I love the size of these cards too. These decks were made at a time where they really understood that you were going to handle the cards, and they made it easy to do multi-card layouts. You know, it's just such a charming standard size tarot before everything went big because of the focus on the artwork. And don't get me wrong, I love artwork, but it does make readings a pleasure. You know, it's very, very easy to put out a lot of cards when necessary, and to shuffle. And there are a lot of walkthroughs on YouTube of this deck. Again, it's mass produced now, and it comes in a tin, so I think it was, you know, really popular again 3 years ago or something like that. But it's always going to be popular with me. All right. Oh, did I start doing the cards in a different direction? I certainly did. All right, that's the Barbara Walker Tarot. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you're looking into a more divine feminine deck, this is definitely the deck. And again, if I really wish they would republish this book, because it is very informative. She is a strongly opinionated woman. I don't agree with all of her opinions. I don't agree with all of anyone's opinions. And so, you know, I take what's there for me and I leave what doesn't resonate. And I encourage you to do the same. Thanks for joining me today. We really appreciate you being here. Like and subscribe if you will. And we'll see you again soon. Bye for now.